Hey guys, it is day 16 of our Heaven on Earth planning month. If you don't know me or if this is your first time watching any of these videos, my name is Jaime. I am the J in JLOVES, and this month is all about planning our Heaven on Earth. So if you don't know or haven't been following, or you want to catch up for all the days and see every little step that we've been taking, please click here. I think this is the slide. I've already forgotten. But if you're back, welcome back. Yay, you've made it so far. This is amazing. It is day 16 and we are still in our Oola planners, of course. And we have made it through all 6 categories: fitness, finance, family, field, faith, friends. And today is the last one. It is Oola Fun. And so we are setting 3 Oola Fun goals that we want to achieve here in this year. So after we do this, tomorrow we'll get into picking our top 7 Oola goals. That's where we will narrow down from each category and pick one from each one that will have the biggest impact. And of course, as usual, I'm sharing examples from me just to see if it can help you. I'm not saying mine are the best by far, and I could actually use a lot of help hearing or understanding what other people's are, but at least for now I'm doing the best I can with what I'm coming up with. So for Oola Fun, by the way, if you didn't see yesterday's video, it was kind of funny. It was at least funny to me. I did it and filmed it while I was skiing down one of our last runs on our trip to Killington. So click here, I think, to check that out. But so for Oola Fun, I am still going. I like the pattern that I'm taking a little bit with these things. With the 3 goals, I'm picking one that's kind of like an everyday habit. Or everyday sort of thing that I can incorporate, and then I'm picking one that's more on either a weekly or monthly scale, and then I'm picking a goal that is more on a bigger scale. And that's just, I don't know, in my mind mentally, because I don't want to pick like, oh, I think if you have something in mind that you want to set for any of the categories, that's great. Just go with it. Doesn't matter what time frames that you're doing, if it's daily, monthly, or just 3 big things. I don't think it matters. It's whatever speaks to you, right? Remember, get in state, think of your heaven on earth, get into it, step into it, feel it, and then be like, boom, what do I want to do, right? And so for me, with fun, I know every day I'm trying to have fun. And you know, because the thing is, one of the biggest things I've learned these last 3 years is that, you know, if you're somebody who is always like going after it, like life, like you're just on top of it, like you want to accomplish things, you want to get things done in work or business and family, and you just kind of go, you're kind of like, maybe feel like an overachiever. And not that, you know, I'm an overachiever, like, no, like you're just trying to get things done, like you're super responsible, or you have, you know, urgencies to do things because you want to either take care of yourself or be responsible or who knows what. But if you're that type of person, then one of the things that I realized, and in all the teachings that I've been going to, is that the more fun and joyful and like excited and happy that we are, the more creative and the answers like come. So I think for so long I felt like my life had you know, been able to be responsible to a certain degree because I stressed over everything. I was like, oh, I'm a total list, you know, person. But when I realized that no, it's because I just get it done because I get it done. Sorry, this lighting, as you know, is not great, but we're not perfectionists, right? Yeah, that it's not that. It was just I got it done because I got it done. But actually, if I had learned the tools that I learned now, which I'll be sharing, of course, more on JLOVES later, but the philosophy that the happier you are, the easier the answers come and the more creative results that you're gonna get. Because basically when you're feeling good and you're in positive states, so positive states isn't always like I'm smiling, I'm happy. No, positive states can be in the flow, means you're just working well, etc. But when that is in alignment, that like your brain waves and your heartbeats are in sync. And when that happens, just the answers come, the innovation comes, and it's so true. Like, you ever try to like stress somebody out and put them under a lot of pressure, which, you know, hey, if there's a lot of people who are in management positions and boss positions that just maybe they don't know better yet, but they'll do that and they think that they're getting the most out of people, and it's not true. They're probably getting the worst. I mean, you ever have somebody like stand over you when you're trying to do something? You turn into like, you don't know what's happening, you know, because it doesn't feel good. And so when you're stressed and your heart's not in sync, then the waves are off and the answers don't come. So anyhow, I don't even know how I got on that. But anyway, fun. It is so important to have fun. And it's true, like, you can have fun and be extremely productive and efficient, and that is amazing. I've always believed that. In my career, I'm in technical training and documentation, knowledge management, project management, etc., etc., etc. And I've always wanted to incorporate fun. It's like one of the areas where you can definitely incorporate fun in training. And I always knew that if you're not having a good time and having fun, you're not gonna learn. You're not open. So yeah, fun is extremely important. And I will say that in the past, I never really focused on fun. It was always responsibilities, work, finance, job, this, that, like, you know, just always running and going, and, you know, and it felt very heavy. And so now I would say the most probably ever in my entire life, I'm having a lot more fun, and things are just flowing. In fact, the picture that we used today, that I used with Natalie sitting on top of the Jeep, that was a perfect example. When we were leaving Killington today, it's a straight snowstorm. There's literally winter storm warnings, and it says, you know, don't drive, and if you have to, take flashlights and waters. Like, I was like, oh my gosh. I mean, and it was gonna snow, it is gonna snow for like 3 or 4 days. Like, we would have gotten stuck there for another week. And, you know, Natalie has a Jeep Rubicon. Like, if there's gonna be a vehicle that can get us out of there, it's gonna be the vehicle that we had. That's one of the reasons why, you know, we've gotten that car for Natalie, is so that she can, when I say we, I mean myself. I'm sorry, no shade. I'm just saying, like, reason why I got that car for Natalie, and Natalie and I too, I say we made that decision sort of together, is because I want her to be safe when she goes places. And so when we came out, I think there was like a foot of snow or something like that. And I did debate a little bit, like, oh my gosh, should we just stay up here for a few days? And it just wasn't aligning right. Like, the hotel, they were losing power, and it just wouldn't have made sense. It was going to be really costly for us to do that. We were ready to go. We missed Missy. You know, we had a great time, but we were ready to go. And I just said, you know what? We're just gonna do it. Like, I think we're gonna be fine. Like, the Jeep is meant for this, and, you know, and we're gonna have fun with it. We're gonna have fun, you know, we're gonna make it an adventure. We have our phones, we're gonna have water, we have food in the car. Like, obviously I wanted to be safe, but we had fun. So I think under other circumstances, I would have taken that situation and, like, stressed out over it and been like, hurry up, Natalie, get the snow off, we gotta hurry up and get it, you know, like, yeah, I gotta be, you know, I gotta really concentrate on the road and blah blah. I would have had, like, you know, I'm not saying I would have done that, but I wouldn't have been surprised if I had that sort of mentality. But now, of course, this year, as I've learned so much, and I learned to love, you know, to enjoy things that, you know, I can't control. I couldn't control the fact that, okay, maybe there's a winter storm and we didn't leave on time, and it's okay. I wanted to have fun being able to pack us up and go. And it was like, it's like the universe blesses you when you, it's like, I don't know, sometimes I feel like there's tests. I know that sounds weird, and I don't even know if I truly believe this, but it was like we believed and we had fun, and you know, she got on top of the car and, you know, on top of the Jeep, and like moved all of the snow out, and we just believed in it. And really the only challenging part getting out was the one little part to get out of the parking lot. Everything else about our drive was extremely clear. It was like smooth sailing. Like, it was, you know, if you would have asked me otherwise, I would have thought we were in a snowstorm, and like, I don't even know, but I say that to say, I said all of that to say fun is so important, and daily fun and enjoying life. Just, I know it's hard. I'm going to talk about it later, about my story with just emotions and feelings in the everyday a little bit later, maybe in February. But just know for a fact that if you have, the more fun, the more joyful we can be, the more things start taking shape a little differently. So getting back to our Oola goals, my first one is to every day have a little fun. Remember, it has to be really specific, so I'm gonna say at least 5 minutes per day I'm gonna have a special little fun for me time. But I really want to do that like throughout the day. In fact, generally speaking, every hour on the hour is a time where I like to set, you know, mentally, where I know every hour on the hour I'm gonna have fun. And if you follow Kuma for Life, that Kuma is with Shahana and Mika, and they're just amazing fitness, soulful dance women that are just, Kuma means hot, and it could be hot for anything, but she also does a Kuma every hour on the hour challenge where you just kind of get up and move, and I believe in that. Like every hour I'm just like, yes, and I'll like run around the kitchen, you know, for like 30 seconds or a minute, or I'll do 10 jumping jacks just to kind of get the body moving, you know, get up from work for a second and just like shake it off. But you can just do a little dance, you can just do something fun. And so that's my first one, is to incorporate fun every single day. I'll say at least 5 minutes every day, but really I want to do it like every 5 minutes every hour, to be honest. The second one I think I want to do is that every month I want to have a half day, at least a half day of something that is fun for me. So it's either a fun activity or fun something that's for me. And ideally, I want to do things that bring me outside of the box sometimes, not all the time, but maybe half the months I'm doing something outside of the box. So in other words, like for me, what's fun is like doing like a crochet project, which I know, trust me, I've always been like kind of labeled like a grandma. Even when I was 19, they were like, that was my nickname, was grandma, because I just loved like older people activities. But you know, just something outside of the box at least every other month. So, you know, I think I've mentioned on this channel before, you know, so I have many years worth of social anxiety that I had to work through, and you know, these last couple years I've definitely really completely blown that out of the water. I don't have it anymore, and again, I could share more about that later. But I've always wanted to visit all the Smithsonian museums. I've just never done it. I've always felt so stressed over work and blah 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 that I've never done it. And it was funny because last year I really said I'm gonna do it. I live in DC. I've always lived in this area, not lived in the DC, but you know, the DMV area, and that I always wanted to do it. And then boom, all of a sudden I get to work, you know, for a Smithsonian museum, which is brilliant. But yeah, I'd like to spend like a half day and just go do something like that. Again, totally dorky, I know, but I love the Smithsonians, and I just would love to spend a half day, at least a half day once a month. So I want to schedule that in. And yeah, so that's that. And then for my big one, my third one, I want to do, like, I had so much fun on our Killington trip. That was amazing. I had not been on a vacation type of trip in a long time, and I think I want to do, like, make that a point to do that twice a year. So I already just did that one. I would love to do one more this year. So that's gonna be my big thing. And it even could be a staycation. So even if it's like a 3-day weekend or something like that, where I say, Jamie, you are on a staycation this 3-day weekend, and I'll just go. I've always wanted to do something silly, like go into DC, get a little DC hat, and like go on a tour bus or whatever, because chances are I don't know half the stuff that they would explain on there. But you know, just, yeah, something where I put down the work. I don't look at, you know, business stuff. I don't look at client work. It's all about me and having fun. And that sounds amazing, because again, I would have never thought of that up until looking at the Oola Planner and Oola Life. So loving the Oola, and remember, all links are down below. So that is all for my fun. I'm sorry, I took a little bit longer than than I thought I was going to, but hopefully me sharing mine is helpful in some way. You know, feel free to comment below and let me know if you're coming up with your fun goals, your Oola fun goals, or one of them if you feel like sharing. But otherwise, you know, get in the state, get into attention, get excited, and then get yours down. And then I will see you tomorrow for day 17, where we're just really gonna talk through the top, you know, picking our top 7. Maybe I'll be able to pick mine before I get on camera. So anyhow, that is all. I'm excited to be back with Missy. Hi, honey. Meow. Did you miss us? All right, love you guys. Take care. Mwah. Oops. Hi, honey. Oh.